system, but a flame from God, source, the divine. I don't stress about what I can't physically fix. I let go of that attachment and I monitor the use of my own energy. You see what I'm saying? Monitor the use of your own energy or somebody else is going to monitor it. I was ready to get things going, but God had another plan. So I was given the opportunity to sit still with just me. I didn't enjoy it because I was opening old doors again. I was like, I thought that was done. Then I was allowed to see where it was done, but where it, in that pain, I could find the joy to apply it to my life now. Not spiritual bypassing, but taking the salve of the wisdom that I received from that time to add it to the areas in me where the light is shining through. Why? Because there are bandages there. And God told me, he said, you know how when a master builder is putting up the center blocks and they put the stuff in between it, he said that salve is going to be in between there and it's going to make a solid foundation. So if any wind tries to come and knock you down, you have a solid foundation built on the rock now because you took the salve of the pain and you put it along with the light. So when the light shines through, it'll look like twilight. You know when it was shown on Edward and he looked like he was crystalline? That's what it looks like. And because the salve now is getting shown by the light, it looks like a crystal. He said, you have crystallized your pain and now your building is untouchable. That comes from the pain to heal the areas of the light. Went through to seal some areas for right now. It was a lot this morning, so I sat with it as it occurred. I heard, keep being you. You're the same in front of the camera as well as behind. Who are you really when ain't nobody there? Once you ask yourself this question, take time to get still to wait for an answer. No rush, just be. Be okay with what you hear. Because whatever you hear is what you need to work on. What you get the opportunity to. Not need, but what you get the opportunity to work on. I'm learning that resting allows me to see what I couldn't see in rushing. I'm still growing, so I'm not judging anyone. And my scriptures I read today was Ecclesiastes 2. Again saying that with man, what we do sometimes is we say, let's have fun, let's do all this stuff. And so what it was basically saying was this. We do our best not to have pain. And to not have pain, we dose ourselves up with all this stuff, right? And we try to pretend like nothing is bothering us, but we're spiritual bypassing. And as long as we keep sweeping the stuff underneath the rug, we will never grow. So King Solomon was like, it is best to deal with the crap that you see instead of putting it underneath rugs, because eventually you're going to trip over the rug in front of people you don't want to trip over. And by that time, now you're embarrassed because it's out in front of everybody. And Quran today was the same scripture as yesterday. 6116, I think it is. Are you listening to what is being said? Are you paying attention to what Allah is saying? Are you truly paying attention, or are you just listening to the orator that is in the mosque and then you leave and then you don't pick it up for yourself? Only the people that are willing to read it for themselves and get away from the religion will see the truth. Once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. There's no anger in the truth. It's just waking up and saying, dang. At first you were upset. Symptoms today. Opening areas in myself to allow more healing. In the onion process, I laid down more things I didn't know I was carrying. Everyone is responsible for themselves. I'm no one's savior, not for anyone else. All I can give you is the wisdom how you can use it to help yourself. If you use it, you do it. But that's the only thing I can do. I can't make you do anything, and I won't do the work for you. That's your job. When I was rested at first, my mind was going 400 miles an hour about the things I wanted to do. I wrote them down to come back to them, and I did breath work to help me settle in myself. I set my schedule like I was a project manager, but God had other plans, and I just flowed with God. God asked, can I have joy when my atmosphere doesn't show me any? I get the opportunity to make my own in any darkness what's going on around me. I heard this song today. You don't have to cry. Renee and Angela. You don't have to try your eyes. Please don't cry. You could be strong if you just hold on. 1985. You hear me? Everywhere I went, I was hearing love songs today. I mean, everywhere I was went. I kept hearing roller coaster of love. Roller coaster. I didn't even look up who sang that. I'm so sorry. I did not look it up. I was just having a good time. I was walking Bell and I was just hearing all types of love songs. I'm realizing if I don't deal with the pain, I can't heal the areas that ouches or hurts. Or I remain the same until I change my mind. I went back to 2018. Y'all, that's what God had me to go to, 2018. And how my life was at the same time. I had just beat breast cancer. I had 6 months to live. I had just beat breast cancer. Just went through a divorce. Was homeless. Was staying in someone else's house. It was just so many things that was going on, and everybody was just turned against me, and I was just like, God, what is going on? And God was like, you're a different person now. Now go back and get the wisdom of that and bring it forward. And I said, say less. Then I began making sure I had released everyone, even the old version of me, because that's not me anymore. It was an ouch moment, but I'm glad I did it. Visions kept passing before me from my past and from my future. Lots of just wow moments. Everything it's been so much. I really understand. I kind of understood today of releasing to go forward. I forgave myself even more and everyone else. I'm standing here now because I released all the religious trauma. I grew up as a preacher's kid. Can we talk about that right now? But just not a preacher's kid, but a preacher's kid in a Christian household. I had an opportunity on my spiritual journey to work with every ascended master. If you can call them and they say it is fake and it is mystical and they are myths, it's a lie. If it's a myth, I must be the one that's special because I worked at everyone last one. The ones that they say in Greek is a myth, they're not myths. The ones that they say unicorns and all this stuff is a myth, it is not. Once you open your eyes and you see for yourself, you're going to see there's a whole nother world, a whole new world. American Hero with Little Five-O. Let me tell you, once you see it, at first everybody going to say you crazy. But when you mess around and open your eyes and see that everything they told us was a lie, everything, this whole thing is finna come crumbling down to the floor. Find you something to hold on to that's spiritual, because everything is finna hit the fan. Everything. Every lie. And I will say it again. If I had a man to come to my house and I seen a grown man with his face planted in a little girl's butt, there is nothing innocent about that. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? There is nothing innocent about a grown man that is past the age of 20 anywhere on this planet with a 7 or 8-year-old girl, her skirt pulled up past her waistline, and their head is in their butts. There is nothing. No grown man is supposed to do that. None. Every part of that is nasty and crass. And anyone says it's innocent, There's something wrong with you. Something serious wrong with you. I show others how to do it every day. I work with every ascended master you can name. If you can name them, including Allah. Every last one of them. That's why I don't judge nobody for what they think. Because I get it now. I understand. I don't understand everything, but I get it. That's why I don't judge nobody for what they do. Because each ascended master exists. It's not a myth. And let me tell you something. When I dealt with issues, I have never been that scared in my life because I heard what people said of the trickster. But then I was wondering why I wasn't afraid when I dealt with Hecate. She does the same thing. And why I wasn't afraid of Kalima. Because she is terrifying to look upon. But at the same time, if your heart is pure, you have nothing to be afraid of. I learned to block nothing and learn a piece of everybody's tradition. Don't judge nobody. When you block it, you block your growth. I have an event on 2/26/26 at 7 p.m. The link is below to the free event. I would love to see your face in the place. It's on Eventbrite. Type up my name, you see it. James 1:19-21 NLT. Don't allow anyone to take your power or your energy. Because people will. They'll say, oh, that's mine. Understand this, my dear brothers and sisters. We must all be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry. Human anger does not produce any level of righteousness that God desires. Excuse me, confirmation, but righteous anger says we need to do something about this and do it now, and then we get on the same page. So get rid of all the negative thinking and humbly accept the word that God has planted in your hearts. Let's talk about this real quick. I saw something today. Okay, all of that stuff that just went on with Minnesota. This is the stuff I'm saying that we get a chance to heal. And someone said, well, he should have complied. We're back there again. We just saw what happened on American soil. We just seen so many people get assassinated right in front of us on live television. However, you refuse to let go of that ism that is in you, that is ancestral. For it has the power to save your souls. It's time to let that go. Or you're not going anywhere. You're going to stay right here while the world is crumbling and you're going to be stuck in a crumbling world. Verses like the Quran 17:53, 4:148 highlight the importance of speaking kindly, avoiding slander and gossip, and speaking the truth.